Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to yet another reaction of The Last of Us. Today we got Season 2, Episode 6. Now before we get started, like usual, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. If you've been checking out my other videos, you know that I usually do this with my buddy Alex, but he's not available this week. So today, I'm riding solo on this episode. Let's see what's up. I guess, in a way, I can kind of speak a little bit more freely about the thing because Alex isn't here today. If you don't know the way we're watching the show, he's never played, well, I guess the second game. He's playing the first game now. But I have played the second game. So in the discussion at the end, I guess I could dive a little bit more into my thoughts and experiences that way. So we'll see. So far, my experience with this season has been an experience of ups and downs. There's some good moments and then some like very iffy moments. My biggest issue with this season has to do with the writing. I think the writing is just, it's sometimes a hit, and so far a lot of times has been just a miss. It's been a gradual kind of downwards trajectory for me in terms of the season. Like the first and second episode were pretty good, and then since then it's just kind of been spiraling a little on the it's kind of just been spiraling a little bit out of control in my opinion. But yeah, today we got episode 6. I believe it's gonna be a flashback episode from what I heard, and I mean it makes sense because the last episode ended with kind of like Pedro entering a room, you know, Joel and Ellie being, you know, it's going to be a flashback thing. So let's see what they got going on. The second game, there's a lot of flashbacks. That's how we get more Joel. Joel dies very early on in the game, but then there's a lot of flashbacks. So let's see what this episode of Last of Us has for us.
Gotta beat the shit out of me.
I said it'll be fine.
I'm gonna get the belt.
No, you're not. I will.
What the hell are these kids? Austin, Texas. So, Tommy and Joel. When they said flashback, they meant we're gonna go all the way back. Oh shit. Lalo Salamanca.
I think Tommy was buying the drugs, not you. I think you happened to walk by, saw what was going on, and started punching.
Smart dad.
And if you and Tommy weren't my sons, you'd both be in juvie right now.
You're not gonna hurt him.
An abusive dad, eh? I mean, if you're gonna get Lalo Salamanca, you need something crazy.
Did I ever tell you about that time I stole a candy bar? Grandpa found out, made me give it back, made me apologize to the cashier. And then we went home. Just before I got out of the car, man, it just...
Ooh. That was a hard punch.
My mouth was wired shut for 2 months. Everybody knew why. It was humiliating.
So his dad beat him. He beats his kids.
I mean, maybe I go too far. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm doing a little better than my father did.
I guess a little better if you're not hitting them as hard, sure.
You know, when it's your turn, I hope you do a little better than me.
It's so funny that this kid in the 70s right now is sitting there not realizing that there's gonna be a zombie apocalypse that's gonna rock his world. Like the trajectory that this kid's life is gonna take, it's insane. He's got the watch. It was his dad's watch, eh? Cool. Why don't we just cast Tony Dalton in like more roles and let him do more? Why am I always seeing him pop up in like projects like little here, little there? Like he's not gonna be in the rest of the show. This was like a flashback. Get Tony Dalton for that. I'm excited. I'm happy to see him, but like, why could we give him like a bigger role? You know what I mean? But it's cool. It's cool that he plays Pedro Pascal's and Gabriel Luna's dad. Nice little change to the intro. Pedro's gonna be in this episode. It's a nice little change.
Got something for me? Well, be fucked.
Got Legos.
I wasn't always this.
He paid for drinks with Legos. I guess trading is a new currency, right?
So, trade's a trade. We can make what you want and have it to you by, Friday.
Oh, never mind. They're gonna make. Is that a bone? Handyman Joel. Okay. Where he's getting all of this in the apocalypse, I don't know, but he's doing it. Very cool. Very nice.
She was working KP and she burned her arm.
Well, how?
Pushed it right up against a pot.
You did this on purpose?
I was like, here we go, and then I fucking went.
What? Why?
She's high off the painkillers. Is it painkillers or pot?
Ellie.
I just really wanted to wear short sleeves again. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
That sucks. Because the bite. They should have probably, I don't know. I don't know. If it's a tight-knit community, realistically, they should have just come out to the community, had like they always have town meetings. Like, why don't you just have a town meeting where they're just like, guys, we have an immune girl here, all right? Don't do anything. Don't do anything crazy. Maybe I'm underestimating the reaction that a town or a community could have to something like that.
God damn it, Seth.
Hey.
Hey.
Happy birthday!
Happy 15th birthday, Eli.
Well, let's hope Seth bakes better than he spells.
He does.
Ellie, why would you do that?
And open.
Whoa, what's this?
Some folks call this a guitar. I borrowed one of your drawings for inspiration.
She drew the butterfly. All right, cool.
I had promised I would teach you, so. Well, if you want a lesson later.
Let me hear something.
Oh. If I ever was to lose you, right? Come on. He's gonna do it.
Shit.
Come on, Pedro. Let's hear it.
If I ever were to lose you, I'd surely lose myself.
Nice. Nice.
Everything that I've found here, I've not found by myself.
Dude, sometimes I can't believe how good of a casting Pedro was as Joel. Especially the look that they give him, right? When they transform him into Joel.
Days of you and me.
Nice.
Well, that didn't suck.
She's 15. What, they got like 4 more years of happiness until he's dead?
Is it a bow and arrow?
Nope.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I know where they're going.
You know, Jesse was 16 when he started going on patrols.
Is that right?
Don't get me wrong, I love counting vegetables and shoveling sheep shit. I'm just saying, I think I could be more useful outside the wall.
Not really. I've seen you in Seattle. You are not very capable.
We're not sending you out until you're trained. You're gonna need something called patience.
Jesse said he'd train me if you let him.
Is there something going on between you two?
Excuse me?
You spent a lot of time together.
No, she likes girls.
But, does anyone talk to you about the birds and the bees?
Oh, you mean dicks and vaginas?
Jesus.
I tell you what, I promise you I won't get...
Do we have condoms in this society? People are probably just getting pregnant left and right.
Oh my...
Very sick.
Oh my God. Careful.
I want a motherfucking dinosaur!
Very sweet. Very nice. This was honestly... It wasn't my favorite moment in the second game. Probably. Like just on an emotional level. Like there's a much gameplay like excitement that you do here in this section. But but like in a story wise, emotional wise, like that. This was a great moment. Nice, Joel. Nice.
It works.
Somebody must have greased it.
Came here and fixed stuff up for her. Nice. I really love the lighting in here.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You're going up to space.
You're gonna need a helmet.
Need a helmet.
Very cool. Dude, that'd be so kind of cool. You could just take stuff. You're in the apocalypse, dude. She could take a whole spacesuit home with her. Just cuz. She doesn't even need it. She can just do it.
Pew, 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 pew.
Adorable.
30 seconds and counting. Astronauts report it feels good. T-minus 20.
That's very nice. Very nice.
20 seconds and counting.
This is what I mean. Like, if there's anything this flashback episode is showing me, is that Bella is a fantastic younger Ellie.
Sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All in.
Nice. Good filmmaking on this. Yeah, it's like she's in space.
I do okay.
Are you kidding me?
Good job, Joel. You did well.
This is nice. We should do this more.
Yeah, and
Except it's not, you know, it's not gonna go well. Literal fireflies. All right. Okay. You got the right cake this time. Nice. Good job. Seth did a good job. Yo, redemption arc for Seth. What, just character development. Weirdly, he's getting the most character development out of everybody in the show.
Joel, what the fuck?
Oh.
What are you even doing here? You're supposed to be on patrol.
I came home early to surprise you for your birthday.
And you're out here being lesbian and all that.
I'm gonna go.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, she got a tattoo. Is it gray and raining outside, or is it a sunny day? I can't tell.
Drugs and tattoos and sex, experimenting with girls.
It wasn't sex. And it wasn't a fucking experiment.
We're getting freaky, Joel. All right, we're getting freaky.
You don't know what you're saying. We'll discuss this later when you're yourself.
You gotta remember, Joel is from 2003, and also he never got to experience the teenage stuff with his daughter because his daughter never really reached that. It's all new for him.
What the hell are you doing?
Moving into the garage.
What the hell you?
She's so extra.
You may not like the rules, but this is my house.
No, it isn't. You don't own it. They gave it to you. Sorry, to us.
Oh boy, she's being an annoying teenager. God.
Maybe it's a good thing for you to have your own space. Just give me a few days and let me fix things up a little out there.
Dude, what a guy Joel is, you know? And she's the worst. I get it. Right, she's a teenager or whatever. Oh, shit. Wait. Poster on the wall, guys.
What is it with the moths?
Nothing. I just read about them in a book on dreams and stuff. It's kind of symbolic.
Symbolic for what?
Yeah, like change and growing and such.
And such. Oh boy. My favorite character is back.
So a moth. That probably means change and growth.
No, that would be a butterfly.
Oh. So what's a moth?
Death.
Oh. Uh-huh. That makes sense. Because Ellie, you know, wanted to die, you know, because the immunity, you know, type shit. Greater purpose. So we're just putting all the flashbacks into one episode, eh? It's not like the game where like the flashbacks are spread around the story.
Salt Lake City. I just want to understand it. So I wrote down some questions. Okay?
So what happened over there? Explain it to me one more time.
1. If the Fireflies spotted us a mile from the hospital, how did they get surprised by an entire group of raiders? 2.
How did you take out an entire hospital?
3. If there are dozens of immune people, why hasn't anyone heard of...
Yeah, the immune part, you know, saying that there's like dozens of people out there like her, probably overdid it with that one.
Well, guess what? That works out great for your birthday present. You're 19, and you've been patient. So I told him I was okay with it.
With what?
This dialogue is so funny sometimes. I like how every single time we skip a year or 2 years in this episode specifically, we're always on her birthday, and we always have to have something that reminds us of how old she is. Maybe like a cake, happy 15th birthday, happy 17th birthday, or Joel just straight up says how old she is now.
There's a little squirrel fucking a big squirrel. We should probably report that.
Fine, we'll skip the scanning for now.
I feel like the scanning also just isn't efficient. To be on a horse and constantly looking through binoculars.
Go for Cache Creek.
Infected North Pinnacle. Eugene and Adam need backup.
Eugene mentioned.
Go back to Jackson.
No.
Ellie, it's not safe. Go back.
I'm not your fucking kid, Joel. I'm your partner. We stick together.
Okay, word. I don't know, Joel, you gotta trust that you taught her well, right, to protect herself in these kind of situations. Beautiful Canadian wilderness. Yikes. Unfortunate for that guy.
Oh shit, Eugene.
Ellie.
Well, we know Joel puts him down. This is the moment, huh?
You clean?
No.
For Eugene. As you put down, buddy.
We go back to the gate. They let Gail out, keeping her at a safe distance, of course, and I say goodbye.
We can't do that.
Oof. That's sad.
Yes,
What do you think, you're Han Solo the way you pulled that out?
Joel, I gotta go back. I gotta see her. I got things. I gotta tell her.
I gotta tell her about my weed 7-Eleven lab.
Hold out your hand.
Huh?
Is he shaking? She's trying to see if he's shaking already.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
He has time. We tie him up and we bring him back.
It seems doable, but it's like a lot of effort, and like, yeah, I don't know if I want to do all that.
Get the horses, bring them down the trail. I'll start walking with him. We'll meet up with you.
He's gonna put him down before anything. She knows. She knows he's lying.
I promise.
Just another lie.
Head right.
that is definitely a spot where it's a good place to kill you.
It's beautiful.
It's almost real. It looks almost real.
Joel,
If you have last words for her, I'll pass them along.
last words for her.
Why is Joel doing this?
I need her last words. For me. I'm dying.
Aw.
I don't need a view. I need Gail. To see her face, please.
If you love someone, you can always see their face.
Okay, Joel. All right. Yeah, sure. Who knows? Maybe they couldn't have gone back in time. Maybe they believed that they could, but Joel always knew they couldn't get back in time. We don't know how far away they are, so. Ooh.
I see her.
Kind of love that. And there's the shot. I love the patience that they took there, like, on his face. He lied again. Blew his top right off.
I'm sorry.
He was my weed dealer, man.
I'll tell Gail what she needs to know and nothing more. It's the right thing to do.
Yeah, I don't know. Ellie looks mad. She might spill the beans. Alright, what's the lie here? He offed himself?
He wished he could say goodbye to you in person, but he didn't want to put you in danger.
Ellie's about to call him on his lie in front of Gail.
And he ended it himself.
Yep. Good job.
Joe promised to take him to you. He promised us both. And then Joel shot him in the head.
She's low-key the worst. Really. Yikes. That just made her even more sad, Ellie. It's not even about Joel at this point. You just made Gail even more sad. Yeah, no. I get she's mad at Joel, right? She's mad about all the lies. He lied again. Not good. But it just ruined Gail's day even more. This dude dies tomorrow. Not only is he gonna die,
See you next year.
tomorrow. Yeah, see you next year. All right. But a lot of this town is also gonna die tomorrow.
Family helps each other out if you need it.
Hey, it's a family event.
Oh, different POV.
I don't need your fucking help.
All right. Ouch. All right, so they're gonna do the porch scene now. Interesting. Thought it would have maybe ended the season with that. We know there's a season 3. Yeah, interesting. All right, let me lock in here for this one. So a very, very big moment here.
I'm a little embarrassed for what I traded to get it, but it's not bad.
He does like his coffee. He'll do anything for that coffee.
Look, I don't know what Dina's intentions are, but... well, she'd be lucky to have you.
You lied to me. You looked me in the eyes, and you lied. And it was the same face. The same fucking look. But I think I knew already. I knew this whole time.
Oh, look at the way his face just dropped there. He's like, oh, damn, she knew. She clocked me from the start.
Tell me what happened with the fireflies. If you lie to me again, we're done. Were there other immune people? Were there...
Yikes, Joel, yikes.
Could they have made a cure?
Yeah, we don't know about that. No, yeah. He doesn't know that. He's not a doctor. Nobody was really a doctor there.
Did you?
Yeah, I John Wick that entire hospital.
Making a cure would have killed you.
Then I was supposed to die. That was my purpose. My life would have fucking mattered, but you took that from me.
Yeah. It was a selfish decision, but it was my decision.
And I'll pay the price.
Ooh.
Because you're gonna turn away from me.
Yeah, we'll pay the price tomorrow in a different way.
But if somehow I had a second chance at that moment, I would do it all over again.
Stand on business.
Because I love you.
Yeah. God, I miss Pedro. He's so good in this role.
In a way you can't understand. But if that day should come, if you should ever have one of your own.
Damn, they're really going tear for tear here. It's like, the tears are coming out of them.
I hope you do a little better than me.
Like his dad told him. Well, Joel, you already did better. You didn't beat her, so yeah.
I don't think I can forgive you for this. But I would like to try.
Let's go on patrol tomorrow morning. Let's do it. Oh, we're back in Seattle. Just over then and there, huh? Oh, all right, interesting. Okay, so big flashback episode. A really big flashback episode because it didn't only do like, okay, so in the second game, if you haven't played the second game, you know this. If you haven't played the second game, you don't know this maybe. The flashbacks are spread out throughout the story, right? So you do these flashbacks with Joel. This is how Joel stays in the story, is how you keep seeing him even though he dies early in the game, right? So I knew, and a lot of people who play the game knew, that we would see Pedro again because of the flashbacks. It was just interesting to see how they would do it, because flashbacks would be like little segments of like a break to just develop more Ellie and Joel's relationship through the years that we have missed. But in the show, what they did is they took all the flashbacks and put it all in one episode. It's interesting because Neil Druckmann wrote and directed this episode, the guy who made the game. So he had the big influence on this episode, right? And there's also two other people, Craig Mazin and then I think somebody else. I forgot who it was. But Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann mostly work on this show. So, you know, it's interesting that they decided to put all the flashbacks into one episode. Again, there's aspects in this episode that I like, but then there's some aspects that I'm like a little iffy on. Some aspects that I really like. First of all, I really like seeing Pedro back. This episode really made me realize how much I've been missing Pedro and just his performance throughout this entire season. Because, well, okay, in the game, Joel dies. It sucks that Joel dies, but you as the player get to keep playing as Ellie, right? It's a more immersive experience. So, you know, even though it sucks that Joel dies, you're still playing as Ellie and you care more about Ellie, but also Ellie's just, I've been on this train since the beginning of the season. Ellie's just written much better in the game than she's written in the show. And here in the show, I don't have a luxury of immersing myself and playing as this version of Ellie, right? So in a show aspect where I'm just watching performances and I'm watching writing unfold in front of me, I realized that I am missing Pedro a lot in this because he is so goddamn good in this role. And it sucks that the story is that they had a story where he had to die, and he did. And I guess he's done for the show too, just period. Because they did all the flashbacks that he was in, they did it here. Number one flashback that I like is that I think they nailed it, was the museum dinosaur thing. It's one of my favorite parts in the game. I think they did it very, very well in the show here. Bella Ramsey, again, as the young version of Ellie that's not full with rage and more full of joy like she was in season 1 does a great job there. And that was the moment where I was like, again, like, yeah, no, Bella is fantastic as, you know, kind of whimsical Ellie and stuff like that. But there is an aspect of the story where it takes Ellie in a different direction, where I don't think the writing is either not doing her justice, or the character is it's just not really hitting as much as it should. But as this whimsical and joyful Ellie, it's great, especially with Pedro, right? Their dynamic there. So that was really fun. They added some more flashbacks. The Eugene flashback was really great too, you know, hitting that point home again that Ellie's always had these doubts about Joel and he lies again to her. And the whole thing with Eugene just kind of building out the world more, giving more for side characters. Very, very sad. Very sad. And, you know, now we find out we always knew that he put Eugene down, and we always kind of inferred that it was because he got infected. But we actually get to see it. It's a little more brutal because he's like, I had time. And Joel's like, no, no, you do not, buddy. Now, let's get to the big one here, and that is the porch scene. The porch scene is very, 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 very important for the Last of Us 2 story. It's the point, it's the ending of the game. The game is super long, and it's the ending of the game. After everything happens in the game, this whole journey that you go on, I'm not going to go in depth as to what happens exactly, because obviously we still have much more to go here. After everything that happens, we get one more flashback to the beginning of the game, an aspect that we did not see. And that is the porch scene. And after all of it, after everything that you went through, it just cuts you back to there, and it's like they reconciled right couple of hours before Joel dies. Joel dies the next day. They have this big thing, and Joel even hits this point home that was done. It was done so beautifully. It was done beautifully here, but it was done so beautifully in the game. If you want to see my reaction to that, obviously I have playthroughs on this channel for that. Where that point home where Joel's like, if I had the chance to do it again, if God gave me a chance to do it all over again, I would do it again without hesitation. I don't think he says that. He doesn't say that word for word, but he says it. You know, he says those kind of words there, and it was just, yeah, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful way to wrap up this big journey that you were on. And this season, or this show, that moment is placed in the middle of the journey. Not a big fan of that, if I'm being honest, because again, the porch scene is a great bookend to this whole story, to all the characters and relationships, to our main two characters, what it's all been about. You know, Ellie getting revenge for Joel and all of this, and the journey that we've been on, to end it with them two there. Boom, beautiful. Place it in the middle of the story here, where not much has happened. So I really don't know how I feel about. Actually, no, I do know how I feel about that. I don't like it. It's a good scene. It's executed well by both actors, by the directing, writing, well done. But it's like, why did you place it here? You placed it here because it's a good, in a way, in a vacuum, it's a good ending to the episode, right? Because the episode is the flashback, and it's kind of building and building and building to this moment. It's an episode of flashbacks. Good ending to this episode. Also, I kind of knew that this was going to be in this season, even though I knew there was going to be a third season, because they've kept on talking about it. They're not talking about the fact that there might be a fourth season, which I think you're getting kind of crazy there, guys. Come on, let's calm down. But I knew this was going to happen here because we saw the beginning of the porch scene in the first episode, right? They look at each other on the porch, and she walks by him, and that's where it ends with the first episode. So I thought a good kind of bookend to this season would be to bring it all the way back around and have this season end with the porch scene. And that doesn't even happen. It ends on the penultimate episode, kind of in the middle of everything, just like right there. wouldn't it have made more sense to end this season at least on the porch scene, to bring it all the way around and be like, here, this is it? But you end it in the middle of the season. I feel like you messed up there a little bit with where you placed that. After next episode, we're gonna have to wait 2 years for another season of The Last of Us to continue this story, because they're not finishing the story from the same game here. So I guess in that way, you don't have the luxury of introducing the porch scene in the first episode of this season and then ending the third season on the porch scene, right? So I think a happy ending or happy medium of it all would have been to have the porch scene placed at the end of the season. Would have been much more of an impact. It would have been a very sad and a wow kind of emotional way to leave this season. But that does not happen. It's just kind of placed dead in the middle. Interestingly enough, I feel like a lot of people who watch the show won't care, especially people who haven't played the game. They just won't care because they don't know about the fact where this is placed in the game. For them, this is a big emotional moment between two characters. It's placed here, and we move on, right? So for a lot of people, they will not care. But for me, who has played the game, who has experienced the story and experienced what that scene means all the way at the end, that's my opinion on it. Again, people who haven't played the game, they won't care because they don't know. They don't know the other version. So, okay, all right, maybe in that sense, it works, I guess. Also, I just gotta bring something up. So there's people who love defending the show and love to just kind of poke at people who have played the game and be like, oh man, the people who played the game, they just can't let go of the fact that it's not supposed to be 1-for-1. And we know it's not supposed to be 1-for-1, right? And when we are speaking of, or at least I can only speak for myself, when I'm comparing it to the game, it's because the game was the first experience of the story that I've had. I can't erase that experience out of my head. A lot of people are like, hey, like, just turn on this show and just, like, forget about the game. Just, like, experience it as its own thing. Like, it's okay. You made a video game off a very, very, very popular IP, right? That millions of people have played. It is a very popular game. So you can't expect to make a TV show of this and then be like, well, people who've played the game, calm down. This is a whole different thing. Don't compare. Well, it's not a whole different thing, but to be like, this is a different version. Stop comparing it. You made a TV show, again, off of a very popular IP. So people are going to have this kind of dialogue. And I think it's okay to have this kind of dialogue. Sometimes the dialogue gets way out of hand, right? I try to kind of stay rational, kind of stay on a safer side here. I do think some people, some gamers get way out of hand. Those people are wild. But I think the critiques that I've heard from most people about this season have been valid, especially my own critique. No, okay, that's a little humble for me to say right there. My own critique was valid. Yeah, good job, Raheem. But yeah, this writing sometimes, man, it's like holding your hand always, and it just continues to always hold your hand. Continues to always have no underlining substance in it. It's just always like, here, please understand this. You're too dumb sometimes to understand what's going on and to read between the lines. So here you go. Okay, Tony Dalton. I like Tony Dalton. Great that they got him in the show, right? But did we really need a flashback of the 70s when Joel was a kid to be like, oh, the cycle of violence? Joel's dad was like, maybe you'll do better when you have your own kid, and then Joel gets his own kid in a way, and then he's gonna be like, maybe you'll do better. Did we really need that, right? It just feels like another instance of the story being like, you're not gonna get this if I don't show you more of it. To be honest, I think this is one of the better episodes of this whole show, honestly. Bella and Pedro together back on screen, having great chemistry, firing back and forth at each other. Emotional moments in this episode too. Some iffy moments again. I really don't like the placement of the porch scene, just because I feel like the porch scene is just so important to the story, and I feel like, especially if there's going to be a third season and a fourth season, this porch scene is just going to get lost of being like, hey, it was a penultimate episode to season 2. But besides that, I think this was a very strong episode for this show. So Let me know down in the comments, what did you think about this episode? Kind of upset that Alex missed this episode, but you know, show must go on. I would love to have a discussion with you guys about that in the comments. What did you think about this episode? Make sure you leave a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. Check us out my other videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.